This short video discusses whether mobile scoring in the DI resource area is right for your tournament. We're going to approach this by asking a bunch of questions. First, we're going to assume that you are a regional director or a person responsible for the affiliate tournament in your affiliate. And we're going to ask the question, are you willing to add the data that's needed to support using mobile scoring? And that consists of, first, are you willing to register all of your teams and supply the challenge and the level where they will be competing? Next, are you willing to upload the schedule that you're going to set up for your tournament into the resource area? And finally, are you going to be willing to add the appraisers that are going to be using mobile scoring to the resource area so it can track them? The next group you probably would want to consider is whether your appraisers are going to be willing to use or do mobile scoring. Currently, or in the past, they've been using paper forms to enter scores, but now they're going to start using cell phones, tablets, and laptops to score teams instead. We strongly suggest that they use their own equipment, both from the point of view of providing the equipment and also from the point of view of that tends to be a device that they're familiar with. Therefore, they're only learning how to enter scores and not how to use a new device. The next team to consider is your score room itself. Again, historically, they have been using data entry people who will take paper score sheets and enter them into the computers that are running the scoring program and then produce the results. In the new model, these mobile clients that we just talked about, these mobile devices, will be communicating scores directly to the scoring program, and there's no need for that data entry level anymore. And so frequently your score room, which might be sort of the more technical or techie savvy people at your tournament, their role may shift from a data entry role and managing paper into more one of assisting others with technology to make sure that they're comfortable using their cell phones, tablets, and laptops to enter scores. The final area you should think about is actually how the hardware environment is changing. We cite on the slide here Wi-Fi. We strongly suggest that the facility where you hold your tournament has good access to Wi-Fi so that your appraisers are able to connect to that Wi-Fi to enter scores, and that the scoring program can also connect to that Wi-Fi to get scores from the mobile clients or the mobile devices that are being used. So that's that part. We suggest you not expect to use cellular data for this because some appraisers are going to need to pay for that. And it's also true in some facilities that cellular signals are not all that strong. We also want to think a little bit about head appraisers. They're used to monitoring the tournament by outputs from the scoring program, but under this new model, they actually probably best off using a tablet or a laptop in order to monitor what's happening or the scoring that's happening in their room. So those are the hardware types of changes that we're going to see under mobile scoring. So what are you going to gain by making all of these changes? We contend that there will be fewer errors in your scores since the scores go directly from the appraiser using their mobile device to the scoring program with no re-data entry or anything like that. All right? We also think it'll be a better use of your appraiser's times. This tends to be fairly quick to be able to record your score or to review scores that you've already entered, and so your appraisers will have more time to devote to dealing with the kids, which is really the focus of the tournament, or one of the strong focuses. At the end of the day, we believe that turnaround will be faster because we're not waiting for those last sets of scores to be recorded and then be picked up and transferred to perhaps a distant score room where they get entered. Once the appraiser signals that they're submitting their scores, then they immediately become available to the scoring program. So you end up in the long term, we think, with a more modern type of tournament, and one that might be in fact more appealing to some of the younger members of your community or appraising community as time goes on.